Good day, sir. I am Lovely Carolino, and this is my output on the given activity. On this video, I will going to tackle about percent and its relationships to fraction, ratios, and decimal numbers. Next is percentage, base and rate, then discount, simple interest, and commission. First, I will going to tackle about percent and its relationship to fraction, ratios, and decimal numbers. Here are the objectives. First, define percent, fraction, ratio, and decimal numbers. Second, show relationship of percent to ratio, fraction, and decimal numbers. Then third, appreciate the importance of percent, ratio, fraction, and decimal number in real life. What is percent? Percent means for every 100 or per 100. The percent sign is used to indicate percent. Percent can be changed into fraction whose denominator is 100 or vice versa. Percent can be changed into decimal or vice versa. Percent may also refer to a ratio or vice versa. Now, let us visualize percent, fraction, ratios, and decimal numbers using this illustration. Yung illustration na ito ay may 100 equal parts, na kung saan there are 45 shaded parts. Now, kukunin muna natin yung percentage nitong illustration na ito. Here, percentage, percent. When we say percent, it means for every 100 or per 100. Meaning, yung percent nito is, kukunin lamang natin yung number of shaded parts, which is 45. So, ilalagay natin dito is 45. Then, ilalagay natin yung sign used to indicate percent. This sign is used to indicate percent. So, meaning, yung percent ng illustration na ito is 45%. Next, sabi niya kanina, ipapakita natin yung relationship ng percent sa fraction, ratio, and decimal numbers. Now, kukunin naman natin yung fraction ng illustration. Fraction. Sabi nang sa fraction, fraction is part of a whole. Meaning, kukunin natin ulit yung number of shaded parts, which is 45. Then, ilan lahat yung equal parts ng illustration. So, kung bibilangin natin yan, that is composed of 100 equal parts. So, yung 45, which is the numerator, ito yung number of shaded parts. Then, the denominator is yung equal parts ng illustration. Next is, kukunin naman natin yung ratio. When we say ratio, it is comparing of quantities. Okay, let us compare the number of shaded parts by the total number of parts. Again, the total number of shaded parts is 45. So, ilalagay natin dito yung 45. Then, let us compare this to the number of equal parts ng illustration. Kung saan, meron itong 100 equal parts. So, ipagko-compare lang natin siya. 45 yung shaded parts, tapos 100 yung equal parts. Next is decimal numbers. Yung decimal number naman, it is part of a whole. Kunyari, diba 45 yung shaded parts, meaning gagawin natin siyang 0.45 or 45 hundredths. Kasi this 4 is the tens and 5 is the hundreds. Kung babasahin natin yan, that is 45 hundredths. As we can see sa ginawa natin dito sa illustration na ito, we can able to change percent to fraction, to ratio, and decimal numbers. Now, Itatry naman natin yung illustration that is not equal to 100 equal parts. Itry natin tong illustration that meron lamang 30 equal parts na may 12 equal parts. Sa pagkuha ng percent, hindi na siya ganun kanina. Magkakaroon na tayo ng computation, which is kukunin muna natin yung, titingnan natin kung ilan yung shaded parts, which is 12, lahat yung shaded parts, and total number of equal parts, which is 30. Kukunin natin, lalagay natin dito 12, which is the number of shaded parts, then 30 is the equal parts. Then we multiply it to 100. Okay. When we multiply 12, divide 12 divided by 30 times 100, makukuha natin is 40. So, yung 12 is 40% nung 30. Next, kukunin naman natin yung ratio. Sa ratio, parang ganun lang din sa kinuha natin kanina. Kukunin natin yung number of shaded parts. Then, we are going to compare it to the total number of equal parts. 12 is the number of 12 lahat yung shaded part. Then, we compare it to 30. And that is the ratio of that illustration. Next is fraction. Now, kukunin naman natin yung fraction ng illustration na ito. Kukunin natin ulit yung number of shaded parts, which is 12. Yung 12 is siya yung magiging numerator natin. Then, the total number of equal parts is 30. 30 is the denominator. Now, kukunin naman natin yung decimal number ng illustration na ito. Magre-relate tayo dito sa percent kanina na kinuha natin, which is 40%. Now, yung 40% na yan, o yung 40% ng illustration na ito is yung 12. So, sa decimal number, itong 40% is gagawin lang natin siyang decimal, which is 0.40 or 40 hundreds. Or pwede naman natin siyang gawing 0.4 or 4 tenths. That is the decimal number of this illustration. I-try naman natin itong isa pang exercise. Meron itong 10 equal parts na may 7 shaded parts. Na kukunin natin yung percent nitong illustration na ito. Gaya ng kinuha natin kanina, kukunin muna natin yung number of shaded parts, which is 7. So, ilalagay natin dyan 7. And then, i-divide natin ito sa total equal parts, which is, meron tayong 10. Then, we are going to multiply it to 100. Okay, 7 divided by 10 times 100 equals 70. So, yung percent ng illustration na ito is 70%. Next, proceed tayo sa ratio, na kung saan sa ratio, i-compare natin yung number of shaded parts sa number of equal parts. So, sabi nga kanina, there were 7 shaded parts. No, so, ilalagay natin dyan 7. Then, compare to 10 equal parts. And that is the ratio of this illustration. Next is the fraction of the illustration. Kukunin natin ulit yung number of shaded parts, 7, which is 7 serve as the numerator. And the number of equal parts is 10, that is serve as the denominator. This is the fraction of that illustration. Next is decimal. Okay, magre-rely tayo ulit dito sa percent kanina. Gagawin natin yung percent na yan into decimal. Pwede natin siyang gawing 0.70 or 70 hundreds or 0.7 or 7 tenths. Percent, fractions, ratios, and decimal numbers ay na-apply natin yan in real life. For example, meron tayong isang buo na pizza. Then yung pizza na yon is na-slice siya into 10. Kukunin natin yung percent nun. Kunyari, nakakain tayo ng 5 slices ng pizza na kung saan yung percent nun is 50% ng pizza is nakain natin. Next is fraction. Fraction is magiging denominator natin doon yung 5, which is 5 yung nakain natin na slices. Then, denominator is yung total number of slices ng pizza na hindi pa siya nakakain. So, yung fraction ng nakain natin na pizza is 5 over 10. Next is yung ratio naman. Ratio naman 5 slices, 5 is to 10. Then decimal numbers is 0.50 hundreds or 0.5 na nung pizza yung nakain natin. Yun lamang po ang about sa percent and its relationship to fractions, ratios, and decimal numbers.